Hello?
3, 2.
What is up, gamers?
All right. All right. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Hermcast. Sounds like
Oh,
a fucking
why'd you have to say
disease.
it like
It
that, dude?
sounds like a fucking disease. The herm. Hey, dude, you have some herms? Fucking
You got
nasty.
them all over me.
So, a lot has happened since our very first Hermcast. It's been a while. It's almost been 2 weeks, I think, right?
Let me take a look.
I think
Actually,
it's almost been
yeah, I
two
think it's
weeks.
been about 2
Yeah.
weeks.
So
About
it
yeah,
says, yeah, if we look right now on the channel, it'll say like 1 week, I think, but I think we made it. It's Friday as of recording, midnight Friday.
yeah. It's almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, we recorded on the weekend two
Yeah,
weeks
yeah.
ago. So, um, all right, so let's talk about it. So we just made history for the hub too. So basically, as if you guys have seen the previous podcast, this is the second Hermana Hub channel. The first one, there was a bit of drama surrounding that. We ended up deleting it. Whatever, long story. Go listen to the other podcast if you're curious.
Yep.
So this is the Hub 2. No number 2 in the title of it, but in the Hub 1, we've had a lot of inside memes. We just created our first meme video between me and Donald. It's a
Yeah.
big inside. It's a joke. It's a joke, and whatever. So Donald, tell me what happened. What happened? So tell me what was the. All right. So I'll explain my end. All right. So this is my end. Okay. So I I
Well,
fairly
hold on.
okay.
First, we got to clarify that me and you lately, we have this thing where we will start saying something, and then it'll be like a normal conversation. Then the punchline or the ending of it will be like, "Yeah, and I was doing your mom,"
Yeah,
or
it'll
is
be
it?
very serious. It'll sound very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
serious at first. Like, yo, yeah, dude, I don't know. The mailman came over and like dropped off some mail, but they forgot a package at the front door, and they were like knocking to see if anyone was home. I opened the door, and turns out it was your mom, and I fucked her. Like it's that funny thing that we would do. So anyway, so that's what we do. Just like set each other up like that, and usually like we're so used to it that we could see it coming.
Yeah, yeah.
So, uh, this is what happened. I'm hanging out,
If-
just chilling.
First of all, if you haven't seen the video, you need to go see it
Go watch
like
that. It's the
right now.
previous video, right
Yeah,
before
yeah.
this one. Donald's important phone call
Yeah.
with subtitles. So, and we'll get into that. But I'm chilling. I'm hanging out. It's 7 p.m. Right? Maybe 9 p.m. 7
No,
or 9.
it was about 7.
7
Yeah.
p.m. I'm hanging out, just chilling, minding my own business, and then I get a call on Discord, and it's Donald on his phone, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, this must be really important that he's calling me on Discord through the phone. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And he's like, dude, you gotta record this. You bet. And he's like yelling at me, like, record this, record this. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then the video happened. It took me off guard. But Donald, without further ado, tell me, take me through your day. What happened, start to finish? Go ahead.
Alrighty. So, what was it? Tuesday that we did that?
Yeah, I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah. So Tuesday, I'd say the night before we were talking, like we always do.
Yeah.
We're just sitting here in a Discord call, just talking, and we kept doing freaking the your mom thing. Like I was banging your mom, and I was thinking, like at that time, like I gotta get Devin like good, like because I think that day you got me.
Yeah.
I think it was like you were saying like, yo, I got this
Oh.
sweater here, and dude, it's your mom's, dude. Can
Oh.
you tell her to come get it? And
Yeah.
so you caught me off guard with that. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get this guy. I gotta get him pretty good.
Oh.
And so I woke up at about 8 o'clock. Then I went to work for 10. And from I'd say maybe 11 o'clock a.m. I'm just at work doing my thing, and I'm thinking, I'm brainstorming like while I'm at work, and I'm like, dude, I need to get him good, and I start thinking different things I could say, and I came up with this idea of I'm just gonna call him, I'm gonna tell him that I need him to record, and I got to do it the second I get into the car so it's more believable. Um, so I'm gonna call him, tell him he has to record it. And originally I was gonna say, Devin, you need to record this because if I tell you this and no one believes me, I need some proof for it.
Hmm.
So I was gonna do that originally, and I'm literally thinking like all day up until the moment that it happened. I was scheming in my head, and I'm literally just sitting there by myself at work, laughing, just thinking about your reaction, and because I I know for a fact you can believe anything. So, and this really shows that you can believe anything.
Dude, I didn't expect it. It was
So
so convincing.
I'm like, I know for a fact this is really gonna get him. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tell him that I originally was just gonna say some girl, like I saw some cute girl at the counter or whatever, and I just went up and started talking to her.
Hmm.
But then Jacob,
The man
if you don't
himself.
know who Jacob is, he's made some appearances on my channel. He's a coworker and a friend of mine. I told him about the whole scheme that I had planned. So when I got out of work, I was gonna do it, and he's like, "Dude, you should tell him that it's your ex that you saw, because Devin knows about some of the girls I've been with." So that would make it even more believable. But with Jacob, he's like, "Hey, get it? Because his mom, your ex, you're doing his mom." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "All right, I'll do that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea." So when I got into the car, and immediately the second I got into the car, I called Devin, and then the video happened, and it was the funniest thing ever. I
So,
can still watch that
what was your
video and
reaction
cry.
after the call ended? Like, what were you doing? What was your reaction?
It was like a 15-minute ride home,
Yeah.
and I'm just laughing at myself thinking about your reaction. Like, I'm I'm like, is he gonna be mad and not use this as like a video? I'm like, should I expect it to be coming out on the hub? Am I gonna get home and have him be like, "Oh, this fucking guy, dude"? But no, you freaking you put some time into this
Yeah.
edit,
Oh yeah.
and it was just a big just joke on
It.
you, and it
Yeah.
was
No,
a
it was good.
oh
It's good content. I know good content when I see it, regardless of who it's aimed at. That was hilarious. Now, from my perspective, once I ended the call with you, I instantly went to work. I was like, and I said this to you, but for the viewers. So, originally, the thumbnail that we have is basically the same as the background of the video or whatever. And I wasn't gonna make a separate thumbnail, whatever. I was just gonna have it as it is. There was no video for it to begin with, so I just threw together a picture. But originally it was a different picture, the same idea, but the phone was bigger on the screen. And I was like, I want to make it so that because Donald's cutting out a lot, and
yeah.
the connection, whatever. So I want people to understand what he's saying. So I want to kind of subtitle him. But I was like, with the current thumbnail I have, the current picture, there's nowhere to put the text popping up without it overlaying with like my character or the phone, and it just would look weird. There's too much stuff behind where the text would be. So I was like, all right, let me redo the picture. And then I put a spot for the text, and I was like, you know what? It would be even funnier if the whole thing was subtitled, even myself. We had it subtitled, and it would just be funnier. And then, so as I was like almost done with it, or halfway done with it, whatever, yeah, I was like halfway through it. And this took me a few hours to subtitle all that and stuff, because I was trying to do it good.
Yeah, you gotta literally go
And
through like every frame of
everything.
audio just to
Uh-huh.
get it.
I've never done that for a video before, fully
Yeah.
subtitling, so that was fun. It was a cool experience. But anyway, so I was doing that, and I was gonna send you a message, like I was gonna send you a Snapchat of the screen, and I was gonna show you that I'm actually editing it, and I was gonna show you like this is gonna be a crazy like edit or whatever. But I was like, nah, let me surprise him. He doesn't know I'm working on it. Let me just throw it out of left field. So I finished it, And then once it was uploading, this guy was on the toilet taking a dump.
Yeah,
And I
dude.
was like, all right, you got to check this out once you get back to your computer. I want to hear your live reaction. So he synced it up at the same time, and it was amazing. It was so funny. So,
Like, it was something so simple
yeah,
that I did, but it's oh my god,
it was legendary.
like
That
it's
was
been it's
legendary.
a few days since that, and like Jesus Christ, we rewatched it like before we started the podcast, and like I I find it as funny now as I did the day I did it. And like the day I did it, I'm literally just like laughing and like crying, and it's
Mm.
just oh my god.
I think the best part about that video, not even the reveal. The reveal was great, but the best part about that video to me was when you were like, she cashed, and then I was like, what are you
She
saying?
cashed me
And then
out,
it went through,
motherfucker.
yeah, when you screamed, she cashed me out, motherfucker. And then right after that, you were like, all right, so she cashed, and it cut out again.
Just the fact that it was cutting out so much, I
Yeah.
think it made it even
It did.
better.
It did by so much, man. It was because it was just a huge, big ordeal for you to get.
Yeah,
It was a
just
big
to
build
tell
up.
this story,
Yeah, yeah.
it was just a crazy build up for like 5 minutes, and then just the
Oh,
punchline.
it was
I
that,
realized
and
it was
then
Devin's
the
mom.
thing that is so funny about that too is because that's not something that it's like that's not something that happens every day. You know, so you're just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
call someone up for a joke while you're on your phone coming home from work. That it's just something out of the ordinary and just hilarious. You know,
dude.
it was a good one.
It was really built up. I spent like 10 hours of my life planning that out, and it was a good outcome.
Yeah, no, that was worth it. That seriously, you were brewing that all
Dude,
day.
I was brewing it so good. I
You,
needed to, and Jacob said he's like, dude, you like you're not the greatest actor
yeah.
because like he's comparing it to I did like this commercial in like high school or whatever,
Hmm.
like radio commercial,
Hmm.
and I posted it on my channel, and he's like, dude, your acting in that wasn't that great, and I'm like, well, for one, I was in school, yada yada,
Hey, listen, hey, before
and
you go anywhere, you did do another video that you acted in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The what's it called? The producer. We'll show that.
Introducing the producer.
We'll show that to people.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
I did it. That one was cringy though. Like
that's
that's
good though. It's an intentional cringe. Let's put it
it
that
was
way.
good, but it was yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
Uh,
anyway,
but
so
yeah, I
yeah,
was like, okay, I need to try my hardest here to make it seem
believable.
believable.
Yeah.
And like, there's a few parts where I'm like giggling while I'm telling the story. One time in the video, you can hear me like at the end of my like haha.
Yeah.
But for the most part, every time I'd laugh to myself, it would cut out.
Hmm.
So that was good. That helped. But man, I tried to make it as believable as possible, and I think I did a pretty damn
You
good
were
job.
brewing that one all day. You said you were laughing to yourself at work. You were planning it, scheming it out.
Yeah, it was.
You
Dude, just for
formulated it.
one, like no one.
No one's even seen it yet. Oh, it's so good though. That's perfect, man. It's perfect. Hello?
Maybe other than like.
Oh, you cut out. You cut out. Hello, you good?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you completely cut out. No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
other than Stan.
Oh,
Um.
you're really cutting out right now. You good?
Oh, can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, you good? All
All
right,
right.
we're good now. We're good now. Okay, go ahead. We're back.
All right. What was I saying?
Ah, man, we lost it.
Anyway, stand up comedians.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So with them, they'll like think about a joke all day,
Yeah.
and like they'll think about it until like they actually do it
Hmm.
on stage. And with this one, I was literally thinking all day about it just to make it good.
Hmm.
And it came out perfect.
Yeah. It did. It did.
It's freaking amazing.
Yeah, that was good. I'm impressed. You got me.
Dude, I'm impressed. And I was the one that did it.
All right,
That's
well, let's talk about what just happened.
it's by far one of my favorite videos ever.
That's great.
And it just happened a few days ago.
Yeah.
Like we've had some memes back in the day, but this is on a new level.
Oh no,
On
this
a
is a
new
top
level.
tier. Yeah, this is good. So in other news, so you and me, we're both
Yeah,
Eminem fans. This
Yes,
man just dropped a surprise album, which took me
which he
completely
always
off guard.
does.
No build up to it at all. And I
He
thought
pulled
he
he
was going to
pulled a
drop an album
kamikaze.
by holiday season. That's usually when he does it, but this just
Mhm.
came out of nowhere for the new decade. You know, featuring he had a feature for Juice World on there, R.I.P. Because
Yep, yep.
Juice freestyled for like an hour over Eminem beats, and I guess Eminem was impressed. He wanted to give his condolences or whatever what have you to
Yep,
him.
yep.
He also released a music video on top of that for a song called I think it's Darkness,
Yep.
which has a very powerful message behind it. So what did you feel about this album? How'd you feel?
I'd say the first half I really enjoyed, and then the second half was kind of like, yeah, they're good, but it wasn't like the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah
Um,
yeah
I'd say one thing I really like about this album is the beats.
exactly yeah. That's I feel
All
like
the
that's a
beats
huge
on
focus.
every
Yep.
song is just killer.
That was a big focus for this album because it's based on an Alfred Hitchcock. You know that guy. He
Yeah, yeah.
made an album with the same title, "Music to Be Murdered By," and it's that like it's focused on the beats basically. Back then they didn't have beats. You know, it's the
Yeah.
sound of it. But so that's what the focus is, like just murdering the beats. But I think it's cool, like I told you I'm not really a big fan of Eminem's like songs towards women, whatever. Not like he's hating on women, not like that. But it's just like I don't know. I don't really care about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't care
Yeah.
about the subject. It's whatever. I don't get into it as much as I do. I like when he's just attacking it and hitting with crazy bars and whatnot or whatever. Even the song Darkness though, he's like he has a message behind it, which is insanely good. But yeah, I don't know. I so songs like that I really liked. It was cool to see that on the final song of the album, I Will, he had Slaughterhouse on there, but he didn't title it Slaughterhouse, featuring Slaughterhouse because of Joe Budden
hmm
is out of there now, so he
I
wasn't on
think
there.
I think they might do something with the Slaughterhouse.
Well, I don't think they're gonna do anything with Joe anymore.
Well, I don't think they can. He can do it with everyone else, but
Yeah, yeah,
because screw Joe.
yeah.
But yeah, I think they might be brewing something up.
Mhm.
If he was willing to, get them all on one song on this album, I think they're kind of seeing like what people will say about it, and if they like it, then
Yeah.
yeah, people will enjoy if they make another album.
Yeah. I think it was so. I'm a big fan of Tyler the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt, and on his album Kamikaze, he took shots at Earl and Tyler because Tyler had something to say about revival. So Eminem was like, "All right, fuck you," like he took his
I don't
shots.
know if he took shots at Earl.
Well, he said Earl
Tyler.
the hooded sweater,
I
whatever.
know he
Tell you,
said that Earl has more talent than Tyler.
Yeah. Well, basically on this album though, on the second to last song, right before I Will, the song right before I Will,
hmm
he the reason why I bring this up is because right before, because he does apologize to Earl and Tyler. He's like, I shouldn't have taken shots at them, whatever. Right before that, the words he said right before that, he said, some artists got the kill shot, others didn't even get nicked or whatever, or some barely got a nick. So I thought that was pretty cool. He took a shot at MGK and Nick Cannon right there on that one bar right
I
before.
was like, I really wanted, like, I loved Kamikaze.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say that's tied with Relapse, in my opinion,
Yeah.
for like
Okay.
the best album
Mhm.
that he has. Um, but I was really, really hoping with like the title
Yeah.
of the album and how like the beginning few songs started off hot
Yep.
and just I was hoping he was just gonna go at a bunch of
Continue
people.
like a kamikaze part two. Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was really, really hoping that, but it was kind of like
I
he
agree.
didn't go at anyone.
I completely agree with you. I saw this. He tweeted this out, on Twitter, 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. I guess midnight. So I saw it, and at first I thought because usually Eminem he'll retweet or tweet out other artists' songs that are under Shady Records or whatever, or
Yeah,
friends of his. And so I thought it was maybe that, but I usually just check it out, whatever. I like opened it up, viewed the tweet, and then I saw it was by him, and it was a picture of him, and it said "Music to be Murdered by." But I thought it was a diss track towards Nick Cannon. Finally, so I sent it to you on Twitter, and I was like, "Whoa, like check this out." But then I was like, "All right, let me listen to it." So I went to go view it on Apple, and it said 20 songs, and I was like, "Wait, whoa, okay."
yeah.
So he's dissing a bunch of people here,
That
but
was a real surprise though on how big the album is.
yeah, no, because
Freaking
Revival was.
20
I mean,
songs.
yeah, wasn't Kamikaze only like 13 or 11, somewhere between there?
I know like a majority of people that make albums, they
They
normally
keep it
do like
15 or like 13 songs usually. They keep it.
I'd say between like 12 and maybe 15.
Yeah,
But 20, that's pushing it. He hasn't had that many songs on an album since Revival.
yeah.
And that one he had 19.
I'm glad
So,
because yeah, I don't know. Like to me, I was hoping this was gonna be like a Relapse 2 because I heard in the past he made a Relapse 2 but never even released it or something like that. But
he hates Relapse.
I
Like, have
know.
you ever heard him
Yeah,
talk about it?
he
He
says
just
he hates it and
hates it.
all that. Um,
But it's a classic,
to
and
me
I
that's his
love
best album
every song.
ever. That's one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah.
But to me, like a Relapse, I feel like every song on Relapse to me is a classic, like every single one.
Yeah.
So I was hoping this was going to be a Relapse too. Obviously it's not, but it's still really good. And especially the Godzilla song, the last 30 seconds of that, he just doesn't stop. He sounds
Yeah,
like
he
a
goes
fully
off.
loaded automatic gun just going. He doesn't stop. It's like one of his fastest verses ever. And then he does the "man stop. Look what I'm playing it." He mocks the the what was it? The homicide verse. So,
He's just man. Like we don't deserve Eminem. Like the guy is he's basically almost 50 years old,
yeah.
and he's still going at it and keeping up with all these new people. And he's like, like I think he's gonna. This might be album of the year, possibly. Like when at the end of the year, when like all these award shows
Mm.
start coming up, like it could be album of the year maybe. And the fact that he posted this literally like 2 weeks
The
into
first
the
month.
year.
I feel like that's why he waited. I feel like he would have released this in 2019 holiday season like he normally would, but he was like, "Wait, no, no, no. Let's drop something in the new decade."
Yeah.
And cuz he had crazy stats for the last decade. He was like the number one best-selling artist of the whole last decade or whatever. Insane stats. So he's like, "All right, let's start this next one strong, you know? Why
Yeah,
drop something at the end
the
of
guy had
2019?"
freaking three or four albums in like the
Yeah.
2010s.
I mean, hey,
So
listen,
that man was
listen,
going
hey,
off.
he's competing with Yummy. I don't know if he'll be able to do it. He's competing with the Biebs.
Yummy, yum.
Girl, you've got that yummy yum. I'm
I
just
wasn't
saying,
expecting that at all.
you've got the yummy yum. So I don't know, man. But no, in all seriousness, man, yeah, it was unexpected. I'm glad that he did this. It's crazy, man. I don't know. It just completely took me off guard.
Like, man, I was hoping he would have like did maybe just why didn't he post like just for like maybe 5 songs last year, like
Mm.
2019? Give us something.
Yeah.
Instead, he's doing like all these featured songs with all these other people, and it's like, dude, just post an album already. And then he does, and it comes out of nowhere. Like, I'm freaking still at work. I'm like, dude, come
Yeah.
on, man.
I thought Logic was gonna be on this one, to be honest, since
I
he's
think
been
he should have.
collabing. Yeah, I was surprised that he wasn't. In all honesty, I was really
I
surprised.
I'd say if he was to like take someone off of this uh album and put Logic on it, I think he should have taken Ed Sheeran off.
Yeah, that one was unexpected. That was like a club bop. Like that's something you
See,
could hear in the club. I
when I
didn't
was
expect
listening
that at
to it
all.
at work, my coworker is like, yeah, he's got to cater to these people or whatever." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, he's got to make at least one song that they're gonna actually put on the radio."
That was
So,
something that the vibe of that dude. I really didn't expect that one at all.
yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy. He's been
but
yeah.
yeah, that's definitely a song that can go on the radio
No,
on.
yeah, no doubt.
So, yeah,
But yeah, that song "Darkness." Check out the music video if you're listening to this and you haven't yet. It came out this same hour that the
yeah,
album came out, and that was crazy. It has a really powerful message behind it because it's based around the guy at the Mandalay Bay, the shooter from in Las Vegas, one of the biggest mass
yeah,
shootings in history, in United States history. And basically Eminem raps from the perspective of the shooter, and in the music video it shows like the whole scenario going down, and at the very end it's like, and then it talks about, oh, now there's another shooting at a high school, and this and that, another school
it
shooting here,
literally names off like
a bunch of
almost
different
every
shootings.
shooting that happened in the U.S. in, I'd say, the past few years,
Yeah, so
like
and it's
past
just
5 years maybe.
yeah,
Like it's like, and like there's shootings like every day, but he literally was like put news um sound bites of all these like big shootings that happened, and they're in places that like you would not expect that stuff to happen.
yeah.
Like all these schools, freaking like churches, just public festivals. Like,
hmm
come on.
and that's the sad part too, because I believe he even says at the very end of the song, like, you know something along the lines of like, you're not going to find a confession from me on why I did it. This is the perspective of the shooter here at the
Yeah.
from the mass shooting. He's like, you're not going to find a confession of why I did it. There is no confession. There is no mental history on me being like crazy
Mhm.
or anything. I'm just a regular guy who did this. And it's like the music video really does portray a serious a message. It really does. I like the message behind it, that it's like,
I've,
this is the time we're in. Anybody at any
yeah.
time could do this, and it's scary.
See,
It's
in it, I think he kind of, in a way, he's trying to refer to like gun laws in the U.S.
yeah. And at the
Um,
very end of the music video, he even says, if you go to this website, you could help vote to change the gun
yeah,
laws.
I think he wants to change the gun laws.
Yeah, clearly.
Like,
I mean, and it's an
because
issue. It is.
in the song he says something about how the shooter is like how, like you said, he's a normal guy. He has all these guns. He's got a license for every single gun that he owns.
Yeah.
So anyone can do it, and
No background history,
it's
whatever. You
yeah,
could have a shitty
it's
day and
crazy.
you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna kill someone. But that's the thing, like, and with me, I'm someone who stays far away from politics. I don't get into it at
Yeah,
all. But
same.
this is just from my own thoughts. Like, I do believe you do have the right to own a gun and keep it in your house and defend yourself and your family. I 100% agree with that. I believe in
Yeah.
that 100%. But I feel like definitely something has to be done. I don't know what. I'm not the guy to go to when it comes to that, but I really feel like something should be done because it's crazy. Now, every year it seems to get worse. With
Yeah.
people,
I
anyone
think the
like you
U.S.
could go to the store tomorrow and get killed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
and
that
that's the
shouldn't be.
scary part. Like, I used to be like a very active or outgoing person. I used to go out all the time, do things, go to the movies all the time, stuff like that. But like with everything that's been going on in maybe the past 10 years, it really makes me just like want to stay home and not do anything.
Yeah.
Like I remember going to the movies once with my mom and my sisters, and I'm sitting there, and this was right after I think it was a big movie theater shooting that
Yeah.
happened in I think it was L.A.
Mm.
And before I went in, I saw this guy that I went to school with. He worked there, and I was talking to him for a little bit, and then we went into the movie theater. And like when I'm in public, I'm very aware of my surroundings, and this might be like me just being a little sketched out or a little weird. But like if something's gonna happen, I think about it before it even happens. So if I'm sitting there in the movie theater and I see someone come in that looks a little sketchy, like I'm gonna do something to prevent myself from dying. Um, but yeah, I was sitting there. The lights just went down, and all of a sudden I see this guy coming in with a sweatshirt, and I'm like, oh god, like is shit about to go down?
Yeah.
And I see him start running up the stairs, and I'm like, oh god. And come to find out, it was just that guy that I knew from school. But it was for a second there, I got really scared, and we shouldn't have to live in a
In
world
fear, yeah.
where I'm afraid to go to the freaking movie theaters because I might die.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I
It's
think the United States needs to adopt the I'd say just adopt everything that Canada does. Like with the healthcare being free, like it might cost the government a little extra cash, but there's spending all this money like doing other things outside of the country when they could be spending it on the people in the country. Um, and then like the gun laws there, you're only allowed to own specific guns. You like if you do own a like automatic weapon, they make you take out the I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's so you can only shoot like one bullet at a
yeah, to
time.
make it yeah.
Yeah. So I think we really need to do something about that.
It's just I remember, going through school. I remember I used to think like, wow, like I'm glad I graduated. I'm glad I made
Yeah.
it out of high school because I didn't think I would pass because of these shitty grades. Now kids are like, fuck, I'm glad I made it out of high school without catching a bullet. You know what I mean?
It's sad when companies are starting to make bulletproof backpacks for kids. Like that's when you live in a messed up world when
Hmm.
you need to buy one of those for your child.
And
It's
when we were
crazy.
going through school, I mean, obviously you do the fire drills, and then also they do have those drills where, like, all right, if someone's a shooter in the school, like this is where you got to hide. They do those, but I feel like they're doing it now more than ever too. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And they're
Like when I was in school, they did um maybe once a week,
mm,
maybe or like once every 2 weeks, and then we had like a fire drill once a month. So it was very like they're making sure everyone knew what to do. So I think that was a good thing, but man, we shouldn't have to do that
yeah, man.
at all.
Ah,
But yeah, enough with the messed up part of the world. Should we get into something more exciting?
yeah. Do you have anything, or do you want me to give you some stuff?
I have a few things actually.
Go ahead.
It's a little bit of gaming news.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have two things from PlayStation.
All right.
All right. So the first thing is Sony announced that they will not be at E3 again this year.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Well, if they're not gonna have their own panel or whatever at E3, they're probably gonna have their own separate thing, like their own show later on.
Like they did last year.
Yeah. So that's probably a good thing then that they're not at E3. Obviously, Xbox is. I'm sure they're going to be at E3 and they'll have their huge
Yeah, they are.
Microsoft. They'll have their huge thing. So they'll probably just dominate E3. And yeah, I definitely that means Sony is going to have a huge show like they did last year, and they're going to
Mhm.
show off the PS5. All that crazy
See, I
stuff.
think Sony's trying to take a page out of Nintendo's book.
Yeah, do their own, go
because
separate
then
thing.
because Nintendo's been doing those direct things
Yep.
like the 30-minute live streams, breaking down,
Hmm.
the new games,
Yep.
features coming out, stuff like that. Sony's been doing that for a few months. I think it's like once a month they post a video of, I think it's like a 30-minute video, new games, updates coming out for specific games,
Cool.
all this stuff. Um, and now they're going to be doing their own shows every year instead of going to E3 and kind of sharing the spotlight.
Hmm.
Now they can pick a date whenever they want and just do it
And it's better
as
for
they
them because
please.
the whole spotlight is on them right there.
Yeah.
Obviously, E3 is the big thing, but it's good that they'll have that whole however long they want, because they have
Yeah.
to, I'm sure they have to work around some sort of schedule if they do it with E3. But like now they have the complete freedom. They could do whatever they want, show off as many games, or show off whatever they want to do, go in depth with their console.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good. I'm glad that if they do show off the console this year, that it's good that they have their own separate thing anyway, because then they're going to show off the PS5 games, obviously, what games are good with it and whatnot. And I'm sure they'll show off VR games and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I'm a little sad that they won't be at E3. But at the same time, makes me a little excited
I'm
because
sure.
for all we know, they could do a big like press conference show thing in like March and show off their new console
Hmm.
then, and then maybe have like another show in like August, like before the release of the console,
Yeah,
and show off some like games that are going to be out on release and all this stuff.
the
So like,
exclusives.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's it's a good time to be a gamer.
So what else do you got, or do you want me to go? It's up
So
to you, man.
yeah, I can go
Go
again.
ahead.
It's
Yeah.
PlayStation related again.
Okay.
So at CES, Sony unveiled their new PlayStation 5 logo. If you haven't seen it,
Hmm. Yeah.
it's very different from the past.
Oh yeah.
And then they have confirmed some hardware features for the console.
Okay.
So there are 5 features that they showed off. And so the first one is 3D audio.
Hmm.
So the console will have 3D audio, which is sick. They're gonna have haptic slash adaptive triggers
Okay.
on the controllers, which is really cool when it comes to getting involved in the games. Another thing is instead of having a hard drive, it's gonna have an ultra high speed SSD, which is gonna be really really good, and your games are gonna they're gonna load up way quicker and
Yeah.
just be quicker in
I
general.
think they showed off a demo with that with the Spider-Man game. It was
Yeah,
almost instant with fast traveling
yeah,
across the
yeah.
city.
Instead of it taking like 30 seconds to load into the game, I think it was like 1.5 seconds or something like that,
Yeah, very
which
quick.
changes the game completely. It's crazy. Then another thing is hardware based ray tracing, which is really cool. So with PC, certain graphics cards are now supporting ray tracing, which is really really cool. And yeah, it's a cool feature. It makes games look amazing.
Hmm.
So I'm excited for that. And the last thing is it's gonna be Ultra HD Blu-ray discs.
Okay.
So it's gonna
Incredible.
be yeah, it's gonna be better than the discs we've been having for because I'm pretty sure on PS4 and PS3 they were just
Blu-ray.
standard Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So they're definitely upping it up with the look of their games now.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's really cool. That's all the news I got
Well,
for Sony.
since we're on the topic of consoles, man, PS5 versus Xbox. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that Sony's been chilling back because Microsoft was showing off the stuff? Oh, sorry.
See with
But yeah.
with Microsoft, they're kind of They're trying to like wave their dicks around,
Yeah,
being
flex.
like, hey, look at this rectangle. You know, just look at it.
Dude, that thing looks
Like,
like
why would they?
a
For
cheese
one,
grater.
it's huge. Like, where the hell are you gonna put it? Like, it's not gonna fit in a standard
I don't
like
understand.
entertainment
It's
center at a
not portable.
house.
It's not something that
Um,
looks like a PS4, for example, like the Slim. That's extremely portable.
yeah,
The,
like I I don't understand what Microsoft's intentions are on making it look like that. I think my opinion on this, they haven't like announced anything or whatever. Um, I think instead of them releasing new consoles every so many years, like 8 years, I think with this one, it's going to be the base Xbox, and you're going to be able to upgrade it like it's PC.
okay.
So I think that's what they're gonna do, and that's why it looks the way it does. Either that,
I
or
don't.
whoever designed it couldn't figure out how to cool it properly. So they're like, let's make a big rectangle and put
Yeah.
holes
There's
everywhere.
like a big vent on the top. I
Ugh.
don't. The only reason why I don't think that they're gonna do that, where you can upgrade stuff, is because I feel like consoles are about convenience. I feel like. So maybe there's an option, like if you do want to change stuff out, you can.
Well,
But
it's Microsoft.
yeah,
They're basically they basically don't have a console anymore because they're merging everything from PC onto
it's
their
one big. They
console.
want to make
So
it one
it's
big platform.
yeah, so it's not even a console anymore at this point. It's more of just like a entertainment center
Just a platform, yeah.
in just in one whole thing. Um, and that all, in my opinion, that all started with the Xbox One. Like,
Hmm.
I think they kind of dropped the ball on that, and now I think they're gonna drop the ball again. I think it's gonna obviously make games look amazing, and it's gonna, obviously people are gonna buy it and enjoy the games on it, but I think they're kind of showing people that you should buy a PC instead of a console,
Yeah,
which I love both. I prefer console just because I grew up on them and it's more enjoyable to like sit back and play compared to a PC. But
you could do way
yeah,
more with the
it's
PC though. You know,
yeah.
yeah. There's upsides and stuff. But yeah, man, the dude, why? This is the thing, man. Okay, this is why I love PlayStation. Okay, all right. Say I have a son. I don't have a son. Okay, for your listening, I don't have a child. But say I
Or
have a
do
child.
you?
Okay. Oh wait, shit, I do. Oh,
Okay,
fuck,
okay. It's
dude.
gonna is
It's
it
your
me?
mom. Your
Yeah.
mom. It's you, because it was. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
This guy tried
so
to get me. Yeah.
anyway, say I have a son. Okay, I don't have a son. I don't have a child. Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
let's say I do. Okay, so I'm going to the store. It's the year is 2020, holiday season. Hey, hey, let me.
Yeah. It's your boy.
All right, now we're at Walmart because GameStop went out of business. Let's say because they're going downhill. All right,
Man,
so this is the
don't say
scenario. All
that.
right. Hey, Walmart guy. Hey. All right, so and this is the thing too. We're at Walmart. They don't really know much there. They're not as smart as like some of the people at GameStop. All right, so we're walking in. Hey, hey, Walmart guy. Hey, listen, I want to pick up the new PlayStation for my son, the PlayStation 5. And then the guy's like, he's like, well, yes, I'll, oh, the PlayStation 5, I'll get that for you, sir. And then he goes and gets it. So now I have a PlayStation 5 for my son. All right, same scenario. Okay, I'm going into it's holiday season. I want to get the Xbox for my son. All right. Hey, listen, man. I want to get the new I want to get the Xbox X. I want to get the Series for my son. Oh, okay. Huh. Here I gotcha. You want to get the Xbox? Oh, okay. Here you go. And I'm an unknowingly knowing parent. Okay, I don't play video games, right? Oh,
Yeah.
the Xbox One X. Okay, here you go, sir. And he gives me the Xbox One X, and I give it to my son. And now he has a shitty Christmas. Okay, because they named it the Xbox Series X. Okay, why do you have to name it some stupid shit? Yeah, it's the
I think it's
same name.
because of that. That's why they're gonna just keep like you're gonna be able to upgrade it because it's at this point they're saying
It's
it's
like
a
a fucking
series.
vehicle. The Series
So
X.
yeah,
Dude,
It's
the
freaking-
Series X and Xbox One X are so close in name that like you go to like the scenario I just laid out, you know, an unknowing parent buying the Xbox One X for their child. Dude, imagine that. What would you do if you if
dude, I would be pissed.
I would be so
Wait,
pissed.
imagine
Dude,
waking up Christmas Day thinking you're getting the brand new Xbox and you get a generation
listen to how
behind.
shitty this would be. Listen to how shitty this would be, okay? Okay? Okay, listen. This is how shitty it would be, okay? Now listen. Now get your ears open,
Okay.
because this is how
Yeah.
shitty it would be. This is very... Listen to this shitty situation, okay? Listen. All right, ears open? All right, listen.
Yeah, yeah.
So listen, okay. Okay, you wake up, all right? You wake up
Mm-hmm.
on Christmas Day, you're like fucking 10 years old, all right? You're little Jimmy, okay? You just got done from a
Little,
crazy
little Jimmy.
Fortnite session last night, okay? You were watching a ninja stream, you were juiced out on Fortnite juice, what's it called? Slurp juice, and you're crazy and you're going nuts, all right? And then you wake up. All right, it's 10 a.m. You see it's snowing outside, snow hitting your window. Beautiful morning, 2020 holiday season, Christmas time. Okay, okay, all right. You heard a little rumbling last night because it was Santa coming upstairs and he wasn't, he was doing your mom. Anyway, it was me. I'm Santa
Oh,
and I
yeah.
did your mom. Okay, anyway, so you go downstairs. Okay, you go downstairs. You wipe the crust from your eyes and you go downstairs. All right, listen now.
Why are you making this
So
bigger
listen.
than it needs
Okay,
to be?
listen. Okay, listen. So. So, your mom is huddled up on the couch with her fucking book and her glasses on, and she's reading her
Oh,
fucking
God.
book and quill. Okay,
What is this? A movie?
yeah,
What
this
is
is a movie. Okay, and your fucking dad is sitting right next to her but he's sitting. He's not on the couch. He's at like a fucking table right next to the couch. Okay,
Yeah.
he has his leg up. You know how like you put your leg? It's not crossed, but it's like on your other leg. Your leg is on your knee. Okay,
Yeah,
and he's reading the newspaper. Got his little monocle on. Okay,
yeah.
and this motherfucking this
He's
shithead,
living in the friggin'
This guy.
1840s.
this smug, this smug motherfucker is reading the newspaper and sipping his coffee and watching you come down the stairs with your little footy pajamas on. Okay, okay. So this fucking guy, happy as can be, sees his son come downstairs. He's all serious. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. I got my son the new console." You come downstairs, you see all these gifts, but it's that one gift. That one gift in that box, you feel it. You go down there and you shake the box, and you know this is a console. Okay, you've been asking your parents for the Xbox Series X for a year now. Okay, okay.
Okay.
You're like, all right, I'm getting this. This is my console. I want this. I'm getting it. This is it. This is it. Now I can play
This is the moment.
Fortnite with the boys on the new Xbox. Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna tell all the other fucking poor kids that they don't have the console. Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
laugh at them.
that's good. Yeah.
You open it up. You open up the box, okay? You open up the box. And you don't even look at the packaging. You don't even, you open it up. You rip that shit open, okay? Your dad's looking at you all happy. Yeah, I got my son the console, okay? You open this up. It's the Xbox One X, the same console you already have. That dumbass bought you the same console you already have. And he's happy. And he's like, you got it? You got what you wanted? No.
No.
I don't get what I fucking
Stupid.
wanted. And that is a dumb parent, and that is a dumb marketing scheme from motherfucking Microsoft. Okay? I don't know why they did it. I don't know. And that is why, if I was that stupid parent, I would buy a fucking PlayStation 5 for my son. Moral
It's
of the
just
story.
easier to know like what people want.
Moral of the story. Moral
Like,
of the story. Buy
Like,
the
you can
PlayStation
tell,
5.
like, if you go to like GameStop and you're like someone's like say you're a parent that doesn't know what the hell you're doing, and you go there and say, "Yes, my son wants the PlayStation," and they'll say, Does he want the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 5?"
Yeah.
It's easier to know. Like, she'll probably be like, which one's newer? The
Or would you
PlayStation
like
5.
I want the new Xbox. Oh, would you like the Xbox Mach 11 with warp drive
Yeah.
speed included? Or would you or would you like the Xbox I just can't even think of some stupid shit right now, but you know. I don't get it,
I
dude.
don't know how Xbox really.
They're trying to be like Apple, the Apple of the game. They're trying to be like the Apple of consoles, dude. And I don't like it. I don't like what they're doing, dude.
Like, they.
Series X.
I
Series
don't
X.
understand. Like they did amazing when it came to the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I
And
don't. Yeah,
Sony dropped the ball on the PS3. But PS4 comes around and PlayStation's over here selling a freaking 100 million units.
and they're proud
Well,
of their stats. They posted a whole big picture of all their
yeah,
stats, their sales, how many people are
yeah.
still playing PlayStation Network.
And
Uh,
I think Xbox One hasn't sold, I think, close to 100 million units yet. I think it's more at like 80 million, maybe.
mhm.
Let me look that up, actually. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Let me
Sony
put
was really
my.
happy though. They released a picture of all their stats. How many people are still playing, have PlayStation Plus subscriptions, and it's crazy numbers. It really is.
Yeah.
So, they're happy about it. It's good to see. Good. They're good. That's why. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
Mm.
you know,
Okay. So
I'm.
they
I'm.
have
A,
sold 41 million units.
that's it.
Yeah, and then let's see PS4.
Yeah, there's a whole picture. They released a big sheet showing off all their stats. Sony.
So in November 2018, so they haven't updated it on Google yet.
Yeah.
Um, like articles have, but in 2018, November 2018, they had 86 million units sold. That's in November of 2018.
Yeah.
A couple months later, they sold up to 91.6 million units. And then by July of 2019, they confirmed that they sold 100 million units.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It is.
Like, wow.
Yeah, man, it is.
uh,
It's insane. It's
like
insane.
that's
They
I
should be
don't
proud of it.
understand.
They should be proud. And I feel like the PS5 is maybe anything could happen, but I definitely feel like the PS5 is going to be bigger than the Xbox fucking Series X. It will. I feel like it will. I believe in Sony.
It should.
But
It
cuz
should be.
dude, I don't understand how you're going to get this console, right? The Xbox Series X. And I just feel like it could be knocked over so easily, man. I don't know. Maybe whatever. Maybe I'm just thinking wrong.
Dude, Xbox is trailing PlayStation in sales by 47 million units. And
Yeah.
Xbox hasn't released how many units they've sold since 2013.
Yeah, they're embarrassed.
And so I'm guessing that because 41 million units since they released the console, that doesn't seem like a lot.
I mean,
So
it's
I'm
crazy
guessing,
numbers, but it's not
yeah,
as
I'm
much as
guessing
PlayStation.
they're probably like, I don't know, maybe at like 80 million units now, but they refuse to release how many units they've sold.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, it's crazy.
Man,
PlayStation is king.
so man, now that we're on the topic of next gen, what do you think, man? What do you think? Do you think we're gonna see Dead Island 2 next gen?
Oh,
What do you think?
dude, I've been waiting since,
The dawn of
si-
mankind.
dude, since I was a freshman in high school for Dead Island 2 to come out. Like I remember when that trailer dropped, and me and the boys were like hyped, like yeah, man, yeah. And it never came out. It was delayed. Changed two different developers, delayed again. It's on sites where you're able to like
You
pre-order
could
it.
still have your pre-order from the day they put it up.
Yeah, it's just crazy. They need to just release the damn game. They could have been on Dead Island freaking 8 by now. Like what is
Seriously.
going on? Like they could have changed the name from Dead Island to like Dead World.
Dude, it looks and it's crazy because
Like
what they've had shown off back in 2014 I think it was, it
yeah.
looked good, it looked fun, it looked great.
Yeah.
I
I I just don't understand. Like, did they just have an issue with like features in the game, or did they have an issue with like people writing the story?
And it's crazy, dude,
Like,
too, because Techland, the people that worked on the original Dead Island, broke off, made Dying Light, and now they're on Dying Light 2, which looks even more incredible than Dying Light 1, which was
yeah.
an already one of my favorite games of all time. And it's like, dude, do they need to bring in Techland to help them out with this? Like, come on. I don't know, man. It just sucks that they're left in the dust. What's it called? The people that are making Dead Island 2.
Well,
Uh,
they've changed a few different developers.
yeah, it's being tossed around, man. It sucks,
So
dude.
it's I don't know. It's kind of like the Skate series, for example.
Yeah.
Like people have been waiting years. We got teased last year, but it was just some like randoms just making a skate game.
Some random skate game was, but it
Yeah.
wasn't skate in the skate series. Some random
Yeah.
skateboard game was teased at E3. It was
Yeah,
shown
and
off, and yeah,
but has that even came out
I
yet?
don't
Like
even, I don't care about it. It's not skate, so I don't care, dude.
like there's all these games that people want to be made, and these guys are just dropping the ball.
Man, I really
It's
feel like,
crazy.
dude, I have some faith, man. Let's not give up. How about it, man? 2021, we'll say, will be the year of Dying Light 2, finally. Or not Dying Light 2,
Yeah.
Dead Island 2. I'm getting confused with the names. Dying Light's
Dude,
coming out
if
pretty
Dead
soon,
Island
too.
2 does not get shown off this year at E3,
As like, it's probably going to get, if it gets shown off this year, they might hint it at like, all right, if it gets shown off this year, since consoles are dropping at the end of this year, I don't know if it would be a release game. I feel like it would probably come out 2021 if it got shown off this year
I
at
don't know, if
E3.
they showed it off this year, it should be a release
Yeah,
like
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
day one because
I just
dude,
feel like with how
they
much it's been
haven't
through though,
made a Dead Island game this whole generation of consoles.
they've
They
remastered.
yeah, they remastered the
Yeah,
games, the two games that they have, but they, man,
it sucks, dude. We'll see it. I don't think it's gonna go away. I think even if it gets stuck in development hell, someday it will see the light of day. I just have hope because there's so much hype around it. Like there's so much hype around that game and so much interest that I'm sure that someday it'll come out. You know?
I don't know. Like if they freaking released the last Dead Island game in 2011. Like
What, the Riptide?
if they wanted to release this game, they would have by now. Like they had they had a freaking a commercial for the game. They had,
Yeah.
all these screenshots,
Gameplay. They had a
uh,
lot of gameplay.
yeah, they had gameplay. They have the cover already made. Like they have, the location, the you can pre-order it. Like they have all this stuff and they made the effort to like promote the hell out of it. But where is it?
I just want to know
Where
how
is it?
far along they are. What the holdup is. Is it like polishing? Is it bugs? Is there a lot of bugs? Do they still need to create new areas? Like what could it be, you know? But I'm sure that information is out there somewhere. We haven't looked deep into it, but like,
Man.
it's one of those things, man. One
It's
of those.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
All right.
People are they're fucking up, man. They're fucking up.
Do you have anything else, or should we wrap it?
I think I think I can do your mom.
Oh, yeah. So that's it.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right, so for the next podcast, I have some other stuff planned because we didn't get to it, but don't want to drag it for too long. We're exactly an hour in right now. Might cut out the part where we had a little bit of an audio issue.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll probably cut that out. But As of right now, I'm recording. We're exactly an hour and 26 seconds in. So, yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching episode 2 of the Hermcast.
The Hermcast.
Got a disease. Dude, that is a disease, man. I'm telling you, it's a disease. If someone...
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be flowing through the people's veins in no time.
Yeah,
you know?
they're going to be addicted, dude. If we ever get artwork for this ever made... Like, ever. If ever we grow...
It's just gotta be like a giant herpy.
Okay, not like... I was thinking maybe like an arm that's completely turned green or something. I wasn't thinking of some nastiness.
Some herpes, dude.
Okay, dude.
Some pimple cock.
Anyway. That's... Episode 2 of the Hermcast has come to its conclusion. Thank you so much for watching the Hey, I've contracted Hermes. That's a Greek god, I think, or something. Right? Hermes, or a demigod. I don't know.
Hermes does not sound like a Greek god.
It is. It's some Greek guy. I don't know if he was a god or a demigod or something, but he was a guy, or he was something, dude. He was.
I don't know, dude.
Anyway, episode 2 of the Hermcast. This is my announcing. All right, we're done, dude.
Okay, just end it, dude. Just.
Do you have to pee? Last time Donald had to really pee, and I was stretching the outro.
Dude, I'm good. I went pee before
we
started.
For the Hermcast, episode 2. Bring your buckets, because you're going to have to take a piss with how long this outro is. All right. Yeah, we need to get Jacob in here for episode 3. No,
dude, if I was able to end it, I'd. You're the recorder.
All right, Donald. Any last words you have to say to the people?
That just ended. Yeah, you're kind of quiet in the second one, but the third one's way better.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You said you're getting off.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
on your mom's face.
No. Okay, but no, it's crazy though, because like it's like I was playing the other day, like, you know, I didn't have any internet and shit. I don't know. I was just chilling in my room, whatever. I looked over to my left, and it was like, remember, because I have all these boxes in my room, you know? Yeah. So I still haven't thrown them out or whatever. But I don't know. I was going through them. I was breaking it down. I saw this pink purse from your mom that I need to bring back to her house.
The guy with the freaking... What's up with the clothing?
Yeah, she left it over. She left it over, so I need to bring it back to her. So, yeah, if you could tell her.
Yeah, I'll call her when I get up.
I fucking got him, boys. I got him. Yo, outro to the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. This is the real outro. Thank you guys for watching the Hermcast episode 2. Peace the fuck out.